So I'm back at the river again from my last video. The river is even lower today. And where I had challenges finding marbles yesterday, the first thing I see when I come into the river today is right in front of me. I know you all can see that. That looks like a bright white and blue marble. We're gonna go and get it. There's a deer. Don't know what he's doing, why he won't go up on the bank. He must be looking for something, maybe bottles. We were just mudlarking the bank, and with his young eyes, my son found this tiny little cork top, and it has embossing, like basket weave embossing on it, and it's right around turn of the century, late 1800s, early 1900s. Very cool. I recognize that label. That is a Norca Bottle, or Akron spelled backwards. It's a beverage company from Akron, and they spelled it backwards to give them Norca. Let's hope this is whole. The applied color label looks in really good condition. Oh, it feels whole. Here's the top. Oh yeah. For goodness sakes, Norca. And these are from, I don't know, 50s or 40s. Oh, there's some a little bit taken out of the center there. But that is a nice little bottle. I just said I'm going to go down a little bit further on this mud and silk bank because people probably hadn't come down that far. And right on the bank is a whiskey, and it looks like the one that I found the other day, so I don't think it has any markings on it. But that is a nice early 1900s whiskey. This is a tidy bowl, probably some kind of toilet cleaner, and my estimations is this is probably from the 1960s. The ACL is really good, and it's going to come out nice and vivid, and all the fine print on the back I should be able to read. Nice, interesting piece. In the side wall of the bank, when I say erosion happens with rain and the river currents, here it is. Here's a bottle. I don't know if it's anything good. It's a cork top. It's a large cork top. Is it a Clorox? Bleach. Yeah, Clorox. So you see how it's nothing here. This probably had a, or in fact had a paper label on it. This is a nice early Clorox bottle, and it illustrates how things pop out of the bank and why some things are nice and clean when you find them, like this is, and why some things that have been in there for a while are covered with silt and a bunch of black haze. So my son just found this Tetra something or other. It's a food for tropical fish, and it has a metal cap. So I'm guessing that's probably 60s or something like that. Interesting find. Boy just pulled out a crayfish. I don't know if you could see him in there. He might have jetted after that one. Yeah, he's gone. Here's a mussel doing mussel things. I thought it was broke because it was like this, and I didn't have my underwater camera on, but here, this looks like a vinegar, maybe from the 30s. It's interesting, they display well. I looked down and I plucked this out. It says Johnson Century. This made in the USA. This is a very old fishing reel. So you can see he has a semi-smile on his face because he did what I haven't done before. It looks like he found one of the big marbles, one they call the shooters, and we're going to go under and he's going to do the recovery. Not that close. So this is a screw top medicine, around 1930s. It says the Bear Company, Inc. Bear aspirin. I got a gun, kinda sorta. I'm guessing this is from the 1970s, just by the styling, and it says made in Hong Kong. A 1950s pen and a pair of sunglasses. My boy's first milk. It's a half pint and it has MCS embossed in it. We'll have to look that one up. Another cleanup. I think we will start with what my son found. Found some halfway decent things. This is a part of a mess kit. It's stamped to IC. It's in the stylings of World War II. If it had the top of this that has the handle on it, typically they say IC with the year. I've seen 1943 ones that were marked IC as well. Not 100% sure if this is legitimate, but that's what it appears to be. A pen in the styling of the 1950s, pair of sunglasses, fish food from maybe the early 70s, 2 shotgun shells. And if you're finding things like this in the river, then your eyes are tuned properly. Because if you're looking and finding shotgun shells, you could be finding coins, silver coins. It might have a lot of tarnish on them. So that's what you want to see, are things that are different shapes or different colors than what should normally be there. Found a tiny little piece of pottery, maybe from a teacup. Has a intricate little drawing of a man in a robe there. A little Cutex cork top with basket weave embossing. It says Cutex on the bottom, which leads me to believe this is a nail polish, maybe from the 20s. And his very first milk, and MCS, I think that's milk containers Milk containers, there it is on the bottom, service. So there he goes, that's a half pint. But what blew me away is his marble find. I have never found a marble this size. That is absolutely huge. I think this is what they were calling shooters back then. So today he beat me on the marbles, even though I found more. The ones I found probably don't even equal the weight of that. So good job to him on that. Now for my finds, we'll start with this little gun here. I think this toy gun is from the late 70s. Based on, it says made in Hong Kong. And it just looks like, you know, the type that would be from the 70s. So that's what I'm thinking. Little piece of pottery. This one appears to be older. Can't date it or anything. I think this is a valve stem from an old car. If anyone knows what this is, please comment. But I believe that's what that is. I pick up this mason jar lid insert. The zinc caps to mason jars have these porcelain inserts. Some people collect these. I mean, there is a variety of different ones that say different things. But just for you guys to know what this is when you see it, if you didn't already know. A Pond's jar, cold cream, Pond's Extract Company. I believe this is for lipstick. You would put the metal tube of lipstick, and that would be the cap for it. Screw top, 20s or 30s. The Bear Company Incorporated, Bear Aspirin, and this would have had a small paper label on it, providing a little more information and some design. My shotgun shell, yes, always looking for circles in the river. The Norca Bottle, it did not turn out to have a very good ACL, but it was an example of one, so I brought it. I brought with me today one that I found that has a better label with vivid red. And the thing with this is, for goodness sakes, Norca, this beverage company, they took Akron because they're Akron based, and they just spelled Akron backwards. See, A-K-R-O-N, Akron, Norca. So it's a unique beverage, and this is from the 1940s. All right, what else did we have? Yeah, I said that the applied color label, or ACL, as people will say, would turn out really nice on this. And it's Tidy Bowl. It's a toilet bowl cleaner. You drop that in the basin of your toilet, as illustrated. But like I said, some of these, if they're like underground and protected, you can like read every little tiny word on here and nothing was disrupted. A little bit of staining on the front, but it's an example of what I would consider 1960s marketing. This is what I believe a table vinegar from the 30s. A lot of stuff from the 30s in the river. Also like this Clorox, I'm believing this is the 1930s. It's a cork top, 32 ounce Clorox. And then we have the fishing reel, which was the most interesting thing. Johnson Century Model 100B, made in the United States. And I can't believe I was able to clean this reel up. You could see the top dial with adjustments. You could see the dial where the reel is and the little red center here. The bakelite reel and the bakelite button came pretty clean. The metal here came really clean. And upon researching this, I found that these were first made in 1963. So this has the potential that it's been in the river since 1963. It sure looks like it. The only difference was when it was new, it had a green shroud that covered this area here where the fishing line would come out through. But I thought that was interesting. And am I forgetting anything? How about the flask, the whiskey flask? Just like the one I found in my last video, but this one's hopelessly stained. I could try to get that out of there, but it's a flask from 1900 to 1910. Has some bubbles and imperfections in the glass work. Pretty good example. And my favorite find of the day. First, let's make sure I didn't miss anything. I don't think so. My favorite find of the day. Cork top medicine, right around the turn of the century. Could be, yeah, the seam goes all the way to the top, so probably 1900 to 1910. Dr. Drake's croup remedy. And this would have had a label in this recessed panel here, and perhaps even on the back. And this one, you could see it's a nice, got that nice early aqua color in it, just a hint of that, and I do enjoy that. So that's it. That's the wrap up for everything that we found today. Hope you had fun, and we'll see you again soon. Let's not forget the 3 marbles. I don't know if that's a Pownal mark from the marble making process. It's possible. There's one. This one has a red, white, and blue. And there's this one. Nice swirls. It's a deep cobalt blue that you can see right through with those white swirls. Like I said, you take these 3 and put them over here next to my son's. I don't even know if they equal the mass of the one that he found.